with?
Yes, the director, Jeffrey McHale.
Jeffrey, thank you for taking the time to speak with me today. So it's Dorothy. Tell me a little bit about it.
It's a passion project, started 3.5 years ago. I've always loved The Wizard of Oz. I've been a huge fan since I was a child, and I was just curious about what the experience is like for the women who stepped into those slippers. Because, obviously Judy, Diana loom large, but, there's human stories in between those. Yeah. And so I wanted to explore those and see what she means in our culture, and kind of explore all that.
Yeah. So we have quite a collection of people from all things Wizard of Oz, from London, from the West End, Broadway, etc. How did you gather everybody together with the pitch? Did you tell them I want to make a doc about all things Wizard of Oz?
Yeah. Well, that's what I kind of wanted to do in the beginning, was make a doc about all the many different properties that I love, and Dorothy is the one through line through all of them. So once I realized we can focus on Dorothy, then the first step was reaching out to those Dorothys and inviting them into the conversation. And so the interesting thing about it is, everybody comes from diverse backgrounds, but also the mediums in which their Dorothy exists are very different and also very intense too. We have reality TV, we have live on West End, we have Broadway, we have live TV. So every experience is unique, and I wanted to get to know more about their experience. Yeah.
What do you love most about The Wizard of Oz that makes it so iconic, that really speaks to you, that made you have the passion to make this?
What I love most? It's Dorothy. It's Dorothy. It's all about Dorothy. Even when you see the trailers for Wicked and stuff like that, anytime those shoes step in the camera, or there's a shot of that gingham dress, the internet and everybody freaks out. And I have those feelings too. Anytime you see Dorothy and that character represented, it just excites you.
Yeah. Speaking with
Danielle Hope.
Danielle, thank you for taking the time to speak with me today. So the premiere day, how are you feeling?
So excited. I actually haven't watched the film before now, and so I'm going to get to experience it for the first time with everybody today, so it feels really, really special.
Wonderful. So this is a doc about all things Wizard of Oz. Tell me when you first fell in love with The Wizard of Oz.
So I was younger, and I would watch the film with my grandmother, and so getting to portray the role of Dorothy on the West End at the London Palladium with Michael Crawford, Hannah Waddingham, it was just a dream come true when I was 17. So I'm really excited to share in everybody's story and version of Dorothy.
So we're here in New York City. How do you feel about coming from the West End, about Broadway here in New York?
Oh, Broadway is incredible, and it's been a dream of mine to be in New York City my whole life. And so coming from the West End, it is such a dream. And Tribeca, it's so cool.
Speaking with
Shanice Santay.
Shanice, thank you for taking the time to speak with me today. Tell me about your role on this project and what it feels to be a part of it.
I'm just honored that when there's a documentary being made about Dorothy's and their experience in The Wizard of Oz, The Wiz, however it might have come, that I'm a part of it. She's an iconic role, might I say the most iconic role. Everyone relates to her story and her journey to and from Oz, and I'm just happy to be a part of it.
So tell me about your experience playing Dorothy when you had the chance to.
Well, I played Dorothy in The Wiz Live. It was a one and done, a one chance shot to get it right, and we had 11 million people tune in just to see another version of Dorothy's story, and it was one of the most magical nights of my life. I feel like when you play Dorothy, there's a magic that grows in you, and it follows you forever, honestly. And that's my story playing Dorothy. I would play the role again and again and again, and it's been awesome to see other girls play it, like Nichelle. When she played Dorothy on Broadway, it took my breath away. My favorite version of the show to this day, their vocal album, and it's been incredible.
When did you first fall in love with The Wizard of Oz? Because everybody has watched it different times in their life. Did you watch it when you were younger, with family, or any particular time that was important to you?
I remember watching it and being like, so was she dreaming? Was it real? And then I got cast as Ada Pearl in The Wiz in middle school, and I just fell in love with the story all over again.
Wow. So you've done it multiple times also in school, and then later on as well.
I have.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you're born to play it and continue to. In closing, what would you like to say to the Tribeca Film Festival for the acceptance of this film into the festival?
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. This film festival is where a lot of great films get their start, and we're here, and I'm honored and I'm excited. So thank you, Tribeca.
Speaking with
Nichelle Lewis.
Nice to meet you, and congratulations. How are you feeling going into the premiere?
I feel incredible. I mean, it's just such a blessing, and I feel honored to be among legends who have done this role. It's so incredible. So grateful.
Tell me about your experience doing this role and your story. When did you first fall in love with The Wizard of Oz?
Oh my goodness, I can't even remember the exact age or when it first came into my life, but I do remember one of the first times I saw the movie, and I was just sitting on the floor in my cousin's room, and we were just watching the movie, and I just remember being enthralled by the whole world and by Dorothy and Toto. I love animals, so the fact that she had a little dog with her the whole time just was amazing to me, and it's just so magical, and there's so much happening in so many storylines within one. It was just such an amazing universe that I feel like I got to be a part of, and it became me at some point. I just remember being like, now I'm Dorothy. I'm gonna click my shoes 3 times, and I'm gonna get home too.
Yeah.
So.
Not in Kansas anymore. You're in New York City.
Not Kansas anymore. Okay.
What did you love? How do you channel Dorothy? What makes Dorothy Dorothy?
I think what makes Dorothy Dorothy is the fact that she's just constantly trying to find herself, find where she belongs. I think everyone has that within them. And I think for me, that was what made my Dorothy who she was. The fact that she was so curious and so just wanting to understand where she fit in life. And I think we all can relate to that.
It's true. And audiences are piling in, going to see the film right now. What would you hope that the audiences take away from the doc when they experience It's Dorothy?
I mean, I just hope that they watch it and that they feel the same way we do. Like, it's just such a blessing to have this story, and especially right now, I think so many of us need to feel like we belong and want to have that connection. And so I think that I really hope that everyone gets to see this show and just, be like, yes, I feel the same way. Just as all these other Dorothys do, I feel the same way.
Oz historian. That's fascinating. I'm sorry. Tell me a little bit more about being a historian.
Well, being an Oz historian is sort of the crossroads between being an entertainment journalist and loving the Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
So basically, when you can make Oz a part-time job where you can present at museums and universities, theaters, Comic-Cons on behalf of the Wizard of Oz and related productions, there's no better title than Oz historian.
Yeah, that's true. How many years have you been studying the Wizard of Oz and all things Oz?
Since birth. Yeah, I've been studying Oz since I fell out of the womb, basically.
Yeah.
I saw the Wizard of Oz for the first time at age 3, fell madly in love with it, knew that I wanted to work in the arts, went to school for journalism, and then eventually used the opportunity as a film critic who goes to junkets to get access to Wizard of Oz productions and entertainments, to get on the red carpet of the Wiz Live or Oz the Great and Powerful or Wicked recently, the film, and even Wicked on stage. So I've interviewed a lot of Wizard of Oz celebrities, have written some articles, do some content online about Oz, and I just love that it's something that I had to be a part of more than just the casual fan.
That's fascinating. So when you brought up the Wicked and also the artifacts that are involved, like the ruby slippers and like the Wicked Witch of the West broomstick and the costumes and things, do all of that they have to contact you to end up figuring out more about it? Is that how that works?
I have been asked for Antiques Roadshow to authenticate certain things,
that's awesome.
But it's a hard job to do. Walter Kruger, another Oz historian, might be more apt for something like that. He actually has in his collection some items like that. I have replicas.
Yeah, I saw that. Those are great. Those ruby, that you dressed the part.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah. So it's Dorothy premiering here at Tribeca. Tell me about the involvement in this. How did you work with the production team to add what the documentary needed?
Sure. Well, I'm a big fan of director-writer Jeffrey McHale and his previous documentary, You Don't Know Me. And when he was getting involved with doing a Wizard of Oz themed documentary, he reached out to me through social media. We became fast friends. I also have a production background, so we kind of had a meeting of the minds. I helped hook him up with some of the Dorothys that appear in the film. And then he also invited me to participate in the film. He interviewed me to talk about my own Oz experience and some other questions. So I don't know what made it in the film, but I'm so honored to be here tonight. I'm so honored to be included in the movie at all.